than putting up the money for a roaster. We just approached the guys who had the roaster we wanted to use and just did it that way.
And if I may ask, where do you guys used to go? Like
we go in, it's a place in Observatory.
yeah.
It's got a 6 kg Genio roaster, and we pay for the gas that we use, and we've actually negotiated a service exchange as well, so we don't really pay them. We just assist them with like some training and stuff. So but this is
we're going back to the barter system now.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's the thing. And I mean, in South Africa, it's a new concept, and a lot of people that have heard that this is how we're operating, they were like, wow, it makes complete sense. But we've only been operational since September last year, and we launched in December, so it's been 4 months. But Lee and I have been working in coffee both for 8 years. Me both as baristas first, and then I went to training, barista competition, and that route, and Lee went the roasting route. So we bring two skill sets together.
It's a compliment to each other. I just want to say that. So how long have you been that barista before? Like the 8 years?
So I started in 2014, and I was a barista till about 2017. I started doing training as well and working as a barista, and then I quit my job to focus on the barista competitions first. And then after that started freelance training, consulting with hotels and restaurants, and then started my own training business, and then the opportunity came up to start the coffee roastery as well. So I still operate both businesses.
So where did you train before, like before you start your own?
Origin Coffee Roasting. Maybe they were at the cupping as well. Origin.
We invited them, but they couldn't come.
Maybe it was because it was at Truth, because there's a thing between Origin and...
Actually, the thing is, we have another Indonesian office back in Johannesburg, which is our trade office. They also did a similar coffee event with Origin.
Yes, with Ega. Mohammed. Ega came down. Yes, Ega came down.
So that was last year, but during that, Truth actually came.
Yeah.
So probably was timing or something.
Yeah, so I think it was just as well. You messaged me on Monday, and our day was already completely filled up, so we didn't have the time.
Apologies for that.
No, that's perfectly fine. But it's interesting because like what we spoke to our Colombian exporter this morning about when we were cupping was one of the challenges in South Africa, and I'm not sure if this has come up yet, it's just getting consistent supply of specialty coffee, specifically commercial coffee is no problem. There's a lot of companies doing large volumes of commercial, but the problem with specialty is because the market is still so small, we can't tell a producer, listen, we're going to buy a container, we're going to bring the container open and just sell the coffee. And roasters also we're not at a point yet where roasters can collectively buy a container, because I don't want the same coffee that you have, and you don't want the same coffee. So if the farmer doesn't have a diverse range of coffees to offer so that everyone has something different, they're less likely to do that. But what we want to work towards is working with specific, we only want to have an offering of about 8 coffees a year, 8 to 12 coffees a year, which means that every year we get our Indonesian coffee from this specific producer, and we don't just want because it's a big trend to have the experimental fermentation coffees. We're very realistic that we want coffees that will work well with our blend for our wholesale business, which is where we push most of our volumes. But then our retail business is where, the home brewers, they're looking for these experimental stuff and, very exotic coffees. But we know that for a good seasonal blend, a very clean washed Indonesian coffee is perfect. And that's where we'll push most of the volume. And then included in that will obviously be some more interesting coffees. But that's not the primary thing that we're looking for. And I can only imagine for a farmer, how do you have fermented this, anaerobic that? Like we're very realistic about,
Now it's more challenging because of the people know better about the coffee, and then they're asking
more specific products and.
No, I mean the market itself changing, like
100%.
When they have the competition, and then a lot of innovations, never stop learning.
So we
changing
like
all the time.
the innovations are very exciting to us, but like when it comes to our business and growing our wholesale business, because that's how we're going to sustain ourselves. It's about getting 80 to 85 scoring coffees,
80 to 85,
you know, which are very good, very consistent, low defects. Using those coffees is a lot more beneficial to us. The experimental things are things we enjoy, you know, we enjoy drinking that because it's interesting. But for the most part, the South African market, it's a very small market that wants to taste those kind of coffees.
Okay.
So a popular thing in South Africa, blends are still very popular. It's very approachable for most people. And we have to be a lot more price sensitive. Because I'm not sure if anyone's mentioned it, but for example, if we are looking for high quality African coffees, Ethiopia, Tanzania, Kenyan coffees, the best quality African coffees we have to import from Europe. So it leaves South Africa, goes to Europe, we pay the same prices that the Europeans pay, and we have to pay to ship it back to South Africa.
You don't have that?
We don't have direct access to getting those coffees,
So
only the commercial coffees, Or if we do get access to it, it's late in the season. So when the new harvest is starting, the previous harvest only arrives. So like it's very
So
late.
is everybody like that in South Africa?
Yeah, most of the roasteries like Truth, Origin is a place in Johannesburg called Father Coffee where they had the last. They all get their specialty African coffees from Australia, European importers. They don't get it directly from.
Oh, I see.
Because we just don't have the buying power.
Oh, okay. But logistically?
So logistically, then I think they would work with the exporter that's work. I think that's the hardest thing is we don't have the relationships locally with people on the ground in Ethiopia to ensure that the logistics is gonna. Not yet. So we need to build towards that. But specialty coffee is still very new in South Africa. In the last 5 years, it's changed a lot and it's grown a lot, but still very small, very incremental because customers can't discern the difference between what specialty tastes like and what it looks like. Because there's a lot of people doing commercial coffees, but the branding, the packaging looks amazing. And it's not exactly specialty coffee, but to them it looks like a specialty coffee. And if you add 2 sugars in a big cappuccino, it tastes the same. So, but they're becoming a lot more discerning, which is good for us because they push us to keep it like very tight as well.
Yeah, so you probably haven't got direct farmers in Kenya or Tanzania, but we bring you the Indonesian one.
You see, and that's the good thing is that we never before in South Africa have we had this kind of access to the producer where we can taste the coffee and speak to the person that actually did that. And we were saying again this morning to our Colombian exporters that it's the relationships we want to build because we don't just want to have your coffee, ask you to send us photos and post a photo of you on our Instagram so we can show, this is the farmer, we know him. We really want to build business together, and that's like understanding one another and all those kind of things.
We make friends first.
Exactly, and then build business, but it's not just there, like I said, to buy 1 or 2 bags for you. Because we're quite small, that might have to be where we start, is committing to a certain amount of bags. But we've got a 3 to 5 to 10 year plan set out. Because our third business partner is actually from Belgium. And he works in green coffee and logistics. So our first 3 years is just to capture the South African market and work on building a local customer base to keep our wholesale business flowing. But from year 3 to 5, you'll start becoming a lot more active from a logistic point of view and helping us source coffees. And that's why we've gotten a relatively small space to start because this is all that we need for now.
But this is nice,
So it's all modular, so this is all on wheels. So when we do leave, it's all on wheels, so we can take this out with us when we leave.
Very mobile,
This is all very mobile.
So we made a... No, I think that was, because I studied engineering initially, and I think after engineering, I wanted to go for a year, and I was just starting to get interested in coffee. But I didn't get the scholarship. I stayed and then I went to work as a barista. So it worked out in the end. Maybe I get to go to Indonesia another time.
But you can go later on.
And I chose, it was one of the languages I chose. I still have my application somewhere because I had met some people who had gone through the scholarship and done that before. Yeah. Because there's quite a few links. I need to do my DNA test, but I think I might have some.
Indonesian blood.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure because if you walk around Cape Town, you can see it's...
Well, basically, historically,
you have the rules from us?
Yeah, we've got more than 1.2 million diaspora here.
Yeah.
Ah, I see.
So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, so basically when you, the community is called Cape Malay, but basically most of them come from
100%.
Indonesia, basically.
Yeah, if you look at some of my family members, not me so much, I get Mexican, Syrian and stuff when people see me, but some of my family, you'd swear they come from Malaysia or from Indonesia, just by the appearance,
by the
features.
appearance.
Yeah.
But it was long time ago.
So I mean, so tell me about the coffees and like what. No, I'm definitely gonna taste.
I mean,
the
you
coffee.
wanna brew something? So
Which one do you think I should brew?
the Tolu Batak.
Which one do you think I should brew?
This is Sumatra.
Sumatra.
The wet hull.
Yeah.
So it will get the body.
Okay. With all.
This is more acid, more citrusy. This one. And this is Sulawesi. It's all different.
Okay.
So
let's see this. This looks like a very interesting.
Pick which one. Any?
Yeah. What? I'm curious to see what else. You've got a lot of treats and stuff for me.
Yeah, some Indonesian products in
Hey.
there.
Wow.
I have noodles.
Wow.
Itu kartu ya?
Okay. No, I'm a very big fan of the instant noodles. I tell you.
Yeah. So basically we have Indomie.
Even at the story. The story of this coffee. That one is the story of this Bali Hage.
Okay.
The story. So at least this is the storytelling of the coffee. But in Bali you don't have the highlands coffee. I mean, because the mountain is small, so maybe this is like 1,200 meters above sea level.
Okay.
Something like that. Wash. I put this because of we are flying.
Yeah.
Things like that.
So this is washed. And varietal. You know.
Varietal is copiol, and then all the Balinese liquids. Copiol and Kartika.
Okay.
That's the altitude origin. Lime, cane sugar. We tasted yesterday when we
What of the cupping?
there, but we discovered that you have a good water here.
Yeah, so my filtration system is at the back.
You have a good water in here in Cape Town. I noticed that because the coffee turns much better rather than in us.
Oh, it is? That's good.
It is.
That's good. So Citra,
so you are.
She gave coffee from the cafe, or is it this coffee?
Yeah, this coffee, Citra. This is from Citra. We are working together.
Oh, okay.
With Citra helped us a lot, and she is no more barista now. I mean, she is no more.
Yes. She's got a cafe and a bakery now, or what is she doing? Yeah,
a bakery, yes. So
I must choose which one I'm going to use now.
Any. I'm okay. Here, people here do the filters or the espressos or the drip coffee.
Drip is very new.
Drip is very new. Okay.
I think a lot of people still flat white cappuccino, espressos. A lot of people still like that Americano. Still very new.
So this one is not many people using the.
But this starting to slowly but surely more people are starting to do this now.
So it's funny, Indonesia also as a producer country, we are also starting things like this. We are also starting drinking our own coffee is like the good one.
Yeah.
2010 we start.
Okay.
We just start drink our coffee on 2010. Most of us.
So you are based in Cape Town though?
Cape Town.
From the Indonesian consulate.
Okay.
So if we have a student in the consulate, we handle economic affairs.
Okay.
So basically our mission is to increase, well, in the grand scheme, is to increase trade relations between Indonesia and South Africa. And by doing that, we'd like to sort of increase the number of Indonesian products in the market. And with that, we bring Fireball.
I actually have a friend who's bringing in, I don't know if it's that brand of noodles, but it's a friend that I grew up with who has a logistics business that brings in.
What's his name again?
What's your
Harun Khamildin.
Where is he based?
He used to live in Strand, but he's now based in Johannesburg.
Or probably still.
All the other.
The noodles from us?
But I tell you, I had another friend, Rafiq Badarun. He lived and studied in Indonesia for 2-3 years. And he wanted to start, his business was called Indo-Cape. Indo-Cape meaning that he wanted to start importing coffee from Indonesia. He had no coffee experience, but he worked in finance and in banking. And he was looking for producers to work with and be the middleman between. He's based in Strand, in Cape Town. But he stopped that business now. He stopped the business. No, but I'll speak to him again and I'll tell him, look, like in the last year, you'd be surprised at how many Indonesian farmers have come down. Because that's the biggest challenge that we have. It's not having a link between the producers. Because as much as we're coffee roasters, we don't work in logistics and we don't understand logistics. So we could easily hand it over to a logistics company to do it for us. But the price that they're going to put on top of the coffee makes the coffee a little bit unrealistic and unattainable. So, for example, the Colombian exporter we work with, they purchase the coffee, they take care of the logistics and the shipping, they add that to the per kg price, and they have it here. All we need to do is drive out to Parklands, buy the coffee from them. It's as simple as that. So they take care of all of the logistics, and because they know coffee, we know that they are very aware of inflating their prices. Whereas a logistics company, they're going to add what they need to add.
So this is basically the company where you buy the Colombian, the Rwandan.
So the Colombian specifically, yes.
Okay. But you also carry, besides Colombian, I think I saw you had Rwandan coffee as well?
Yeah, we've got Rwanda, Brazil, Colombia. We've got Nicaragua. And we've got one from Timor-Leste, or East Timor. Yeah. We've got one from East Timor.
It used to be part of Indonesia, but now they said
So where do you buy it from the Timor-Leste one?
Timor-Leste, it's a company, it's actually a European company called Raw Material, but there's a local company called 7 Oaks Trading. So they brought that coffee in with Raw Material.
So I teach the farmer in East Timor for agroforestry and for organic coffee. So I teach farmer, not brewing, not roasting, but it was before COVID. Yes, it was before COVID.
Yeah, because the coffee from East Timor, I saw the numbers now. They've sold most of the coffee already. But the roaster in Johannesburg who had the link to Raw Material, he couldn't as a business bring it in himself. That's why he worked with 7 Oaks to bring in the shipment, and then they sort of distributed the coffee. And that's usually the biggest challenge we have, is we need a slightly bigger entity to assist in bringing coffee in. Like there was a guy here last week from Ethiopia. And he brought us some samples and the coffee tastes amazing, but he said, look, if you want this coffee, I have to fill up at least half a container to make it worth sending the coffee. But we can't buy half a container. So we have to see if other roasters are willing to buy together. But then somebody still has to take on the logistics cost, and someone has to arrange the logistics, which is another challenge in
You mean itself. For the East Timor only?
This was from Ethiopia.
Oh, from Ethiopia. Would you mind take me pictures with him?
No, of course. Yeah, go for it. Yes.
Ibu aja yang ambil. Biar saya. So.
I'm fine actually.
Are you fine? Okay.
Yeah, this is better. Whew. Yeah, I'm better like this.
still quite warm, so let's let it cool down a little bit. Yeah, so we're still working on the space. You can see there used to be a dry wall up here.
I used to be
There used to be a wall up here, and there used to be a sink in the kitchen. So we took the wall out. We put these units in. We still need to store all of the stuff, but down there we'll have a couch and a coffee table and a carpet, and we'll have a retail section there where all of our coffees and stuff will be up there. But we're so busy doing the work that we don't get time to. But this isn't a retail space, so it's not intended for people to come in and buy coffee and stuff. It's here for meetings and stuff, and for us to do our packaging and everything. But on Saturdays, we're thinking of maybe when we get special coffees in on a Saturday to do, tastings and stuff like that. So.
We usually participate in the because it looks like we have that weekend market here.
Oh no! So it's not here. It's it's down the road at the old biscuit mill.
Yes, that one.
So we've got a client that does coffee there on a Sunday.
Yeah. I've been there once. It's so lovely.
Would you like some coffee?
Now you take picture with Ega. We talk with him. 1, 2.
Ega didn't get a chance to come and visit us here. He was so busy when he came down. But the very popular market, there used to be a food festival here every year in this building, and then with COVID it stopped, and I'm not sure if they're planning on getting it back up and running again. But
with everything with COVID, I think things are opening up again.
Yeah, we'll see. This is for you.
Thanks. Thank you.
How do you drink coffee on the farm?
What do you mean?
What do you use to make coffee on the farm? Do you have an espresso machine, plunger,
I do.
drip coffee?
What do you name? What do you name in here? Tobruk? What is the name?
Oh, the Moor coffee.
Oh, okay.
We do
what?
that.
Moor coffee.
Like
How
Moor
do you know
coffee.
what Moor coffee is?
Well, I've been living here for 8 years, so at least I know some words.
We do like that.
Okay.
Put the coffee here, a little bit blooming, and then
Okay.
That's it.
it's like
Simple.
like cupping. Yes.
Like cupping.
In
Okay.
the farm is, slowly we filter, but then sometimes we don't have the paper.
And grinder?
You probably have like small.
Hand
Grinder. We have a grinder,
Hand grinder.
like local
Okay.
grinders.
Okay. And you guys, you both all been in Cape Town for quite some time now.
Well, I think I'm the longest. They've been here for like 2 years, a year.
You are 8 years, yeah.
2020,
You are 8 years, yeah.
8 years.
Okay.
I just arrived in February 2021, so just about a year-ish.
Yeah.
Okay. And you're living all over Cape Town, different parts of Cape Town.
Well, take a guess, take a wild guess. Well, I'm not really living in Cape Town. Out of
She's living.
all places, I'm living in Wellington.
Okay.
Yeah, but during the weekdays, I'm staying with one of our colleagues. So
Okay.
in
But
Melbourne.
Wellington's a very serenic place.
It is beautiful.
A lot of people drive out to go to Wellington.
And
So
it's easy to get in and out. I mean,
yeah.
What do you mean easy to
Small
get
town.
in and out? Oh,
all
yeah,
the
small.
roads basically.
So, but everybody knows. So
Wellington.
in Wellington,
No,
like
no.
small community, something like that. But you
Yeah,
know
we
your
have
neighbors.
some quite a close community, but yeah, not to me. I don't really. Well, I say
It's a
hi to
small
people.
Indonesian community there,
No,
right?
there's no
No one.
I'm the only one.
Okay.
So she's special.
I know.
So the Indonesian community is only in Cape Town.
Most of the times it's in Cape Town.
In Cape
Yeah.
Town. You have how many Indonesian here? No, I mean,
In Cape Town. Cape Town itself is about 60 people. And then
60, 60.
Only 60 in Cape Town, only in Cape Town.
But that doesn't count the sailors.
Yeah.
Oh, sailors. Yeah.
Coffee is very clean, right?
Thank you.
Clean,
It's from Bali.
balanced. Clean, balanced.
Thank you.
It's not got any of that harshness that sometimes you can get. Yeah.
This coffee we roast not for cupping, so we roast for daily.
Yeah.
People buying small lot.
Yeah.